Hi there, Flash Tribesman back again in the Fermi Paradox. So, where were we? The storytellers of Earth are aspire the dancers to live peacefully. That's nice for them. Over here. Climate change on Wormwood Prime destroys a major plant species. Okay. Plant growth on Proxima Centauri b slowly changes a planet's atmosphere composition. A parasitic species develops a symbiosis with a major life form on Star City 3. Pun tribes have reached a new technological age. The Pun have reached the Copper Age. Marvellous. The Pun learned to mine copper, using it to create precise metal tools. These tools make it possible to expand and reach natural oases near the using irrigation and water recapture techniques. Meanwhile, the wise folk begin to study the stars above Gliese Sea, charting their course in great patterns drawn in desert sands. The last Shosh-Onan died on our homeworld several millennia ago. We no longer have records from this time, but several excellent examples of copper jewelry were found preserved beneath his hands. Vilvil, Shoshone trans-species activist, Galactic Year 64, Alpha Andromeda Cluster. That was a mouthful and a half. Where are we now? Wisdom, that's going to cost. So wisdom, open desert landscapes offer clear view to a breathtaking landscape. Inspired storytellers and wise folk begin recording the first observations of the heavens. Advancement, the air floor of the desert is carefully cultivated to serve Pun. More nutritious, more drought resistant varieties are bred over the decades. Power, war caravans, domesticated beasts have become. Let's just go with that one. We've got plenty of synthesis, so we're fine on that. Or more to pick. Let's pick the one in the middle. The Pun can now build stable caravanserais on Gliese Sea and sustain them with irrigation. Copper technology provides the Pun access to copper harvested from the sands of Gliese Sea. So we go with negative on the population, positive on the... Let's go with this one. Depleted land region recovers under the care of the Pun Oasis caretakers. Splendid. Let's go with that one. Sage manipulate the Pun realms for personal gain. I didn't really think that. I didn't really look that one there. Oh, dinosaur wood tribes have developed. Oh. Okay. Depopulation in Sol. Yeah. That wasn't going well. The dinosaurs find a sweet, delicious plant in the wilderness of Earth. Unfortunately, its consumption is deadly in the long term, and many designs become ill and perish. We've had this one before. This is not the first time we've had this one. Whether it was this one or another species, we've certainly had this. Yeah, that's kind of... Yeah, no, that's not good at all. Massive depopulation. So let's have massive depopulation. They're addicted to sweet... yeah, because they're going to die anyway. Yeah, the principal fitness was the delicious tasting but toxic plant. The dinosaurs were completely ignorant of its long-term effect of their poisoned meals. Because there's many members of the population suffered an early and painful death. An ambitious dinosaur wood tribe conquered the new territories. Dinosaur X settlement grows most delicious true fruits on Earth. Okay. New technology, new age. What new age are they at now? Dinosaur wood tribes. Dinosaurs reached the Bronze Age. Okay. In the Bronze Age, dinosaurs begin testing the limits of their planet's generosity by cultivating crops, raising animals for food, and clearing forests in order to build primitive cities. Early mining and metalworking skills allow them to craft better weapons and tools and learn how to document via written language. The drones of our hive started digging out metal ore. This was the beginning of our path to grow from a feeble swarm to become the World Eater Empire, Hive Queen Whirl, Artemi Emperor, Second Cycle Wormwood System. Charming. Okay, where are we now? We're back with the old dinosaurs. Resource exhausted in 22 years. Okay, so this one, wisdom. Dinosaurs apply the newfound knowledge and communication skills to societal improvements in budding disciplines of medicine, law and philosophy. Advancement. New technologies allow dinosaurs to explore new areas, preserve their natural resources and develop early infrastructure. Or defence become increasingly necessary as dinosaurs get exerted more power over one another. Hunting bands evolve into primitive armies. Let's go with advancement, eh? Yeah, let's go with that. So let's go with that one. The beast wars during the dinosaur stage were a period of deadly conflict over the remaining beast tiers of Sol. Let's go with that one. Dinosaurs can now build stable tree settlements on Earth and sustain them with agriculture. Dinosaur realm, wood elms, resource crisis. Okay, yeah, we know about this. We've had this one already. Surface metal deposits are becoming scarce in the solar system. The effects of beast wars brought the dinosaur civilization to a breaking point. While they are dealing with resource scarcity, will wood realms find ways to prevent complete exhaustion of their environment, or will they turn against each other? It is uncanny how aware most extinct sapient species were of the point of no return, regardless of whether they started to burn down the last primeval forest or depleting all the valuable asteroids in their star system. So many just marched towards their own downfall. Yep. Okay. We've seen that message all before. See, the resources are lasting longer, so dinosaur wood realms prepare for the future without metal. Will their rules preserve the environment of Sol or deny their people access to the essential resource? Chance for decline 62%. Okay. Scarcity causes discord and competition amongst dinosaurs, and knowledge diminishes while the wood realms of Sol compete for the dwindling resources. Or we have lots to die. Dinosaurs will pick up their bronze spears and fight over access to the remaining surface metal deposits. Riderhorse destroy entire tree settlements in the so-called metal wars. Let's go with precaution. Let's go with that one. What could possibly go wrong? Decline in Sol. Okay. To deal with the scarcity of metal, the dinosaur wood realms start denying many of their people access to essential resources. The rulers of Sol would rather let their own kind perish than address the effects of beast wars. Oh. The implications of this line of thought are that since it is precisely the poor who are the surplus, nothing should be done for them except to make their dying of starvation as easy as possible. Yeah. How true? Okay. See? Right, so dinosaur decline. The dinosaur's death dethrone any rulers who use the metal crisis to depopulate the unprivileged of Sol. Scarcity crisis hits the dinosaurs hard. Their rulers lead them down a dark path, ensuring that more resources will be available for less people, thereby valuing surface metal deposits over lives. Total decline. Entire tree settlements vanish after a generation. Dinosaurs suffer greatly under the regulations of their rulers. If they survive the metal crisis, they will have paid a high price. Let's just go with that plain one. Let's just go with that one. I can't afford the synthesis, to be quite honest with you. The dinosaur wood realms was put through an ordeal during the metal crisis of their Bronze Age. A large amount of dinosaurs got denied the essential resources and died in order to get the amount of dinosaurs and metals in balance again. Oh, okay. Let's go with that one. Bronze Age technology provides the dinosaurs access to minerals on the surface of Earth. That gives us a negative on the population. Let's go with that one. Conflict between two major dinosaur wood realms is settled peacefully. Excellent. Okay. That gives us more of, and I can't remember what that is now. Science, I don't know. The work of the remarkable sage is widely circulated amongst the dinosaurs. Okay, that's more peace. That is more on the ethical values, and that is less people. Let's go ethical values. The dinosaurs develop a new form of artistic impression. And let's go for lucky dip. Dinosaurs use the writings to spread lies of superstition. Fantastic. It's going so well. Okay, and once powerful wood realm falls on Earth. Okay. the barter scholar boundaries, consumption in Vex. The hunting of big water beasts starts to become a major industry on Vexes. These majestic giant creatures are being hunted for food, medicine and prestige, risking them to become extinct. We have no pity for these ferocious creatures. They are nothing but mouth and teeth. Captain Nemo in 20,000 Leagues Under the Sun. Okay. Right, so prevention. The barter hunters have sorely underestimated the oceanic beasts who, in fear of their lives, band together and destroy the hunting ships that come for them. No sailors are willing to sign up for these suicidal missions again. Or large fleets of beast hunters dwell the oceans to capture the majestic creatures but because seafaring technology is not perfected yet, beasts in some areas of Vex are left untouched and unharmed. Or the sea creatures hunt very lucrative and hunting fleets become bigger and more elaborate. Within a decade, every large water beast on Vexes is being killed. I'm going to go for prevention. Many books have been filled with stories of these gigantic mythical sea creatures that dwell deep in the oceans of Vexes. Many have tried to hunt them in the past, but the beasts have proven too large and intelligent to pay for any seafarer to conquer. I've also noticed we're not exactly we've got a lot of resources on Vexes as well. The boat can journey to the farther reaches of Vexes and build plantations everywhere. The floating age gives the boat access to minerals and biomass across the whole of Vexes. Let's go with this one. The Barter form a new dynasty of wise scholar sovereigns. Fantastic. Let's go a lucky dip. A bustling Barter plantation becomes a centre of trade and commerce. Lovely. Lovely. That's less. We're not going to do that because we haven't got enough resources as it is at the moment. Is there life after death? Let's go with that one. An influential Barter scholar sovereign rises to power on Vexes. We want more resources. A gang of wild hunters are arrested for poaching on the wildlife on a protected land region of Vexes. The Barter Warrior Code laid the foundations of a complex hierarchy that could not be challenged by individual acts of aggression. As a radical consequence, future rulers will no longer need to prove their battle skills justified to wearing the crown. Okay. And we have a resource crisis in the dinosaur wood realms. Is out of resources. Oh no. Dinosaurs have used up all available surface metal deposits, are no longer able to provide for their tree settlements, and their wood realms will soon fall apart. The overuse of simple quarries has destabilised the environment to the point where the dinosaur society may not survive this devastating crisis. Orbiting Earth in the spaceship, I saw how beautiful our planet is. People, let us preserve and increase its beauty, not destroy it. Yuri Gagarin. Okay. Oh no! Complete extinction event! Regress. To survive, the dinosaurs have to abandon their tree settlements and form small self-contained communities. The fall of dinosaur wood realms could lead to savagery and oppression. Collapse. Chaos and panic lead to complete disintegration of the dinosaur wood realms. Will the dinosaurs take their bronze spears and obliterate each other, or will they find more peace way to deal with the societal collapse? 69% of total carnage, chance of total carnage, or these are the final days of the dinosaurs. The collapse of their civilization is accelerated by the use of river poisonings deployed by the wood realm in their fight over no. It was never meant to be. Let's bye dinosaurs. Okay. Oh dear, I don't know. I'm laughing. I've just obliterated species. A new plant species grows abundant on the surface of Earth. A solar collision generates rare elements in Sol space region. Okay. Pun Realms development event. Ooh. Knowledging lease. The Prun Kingdom. The Prun form a kingdom of scholars in which rulers are chosen based on intelligence rather than inheritance. Radical. The trials one must pass to ascend power here are designed to reveal the intelligence aptitude of young candidates and the monarchs with shamanically Yeah, that word there. Sorry, I can't say that. I don't know why. Can't get my teeth in. Certified smarts leads a society to gather knowledge. We've had that one before. We've seen this one before. Right, so what do? We've got clever monarchs and sharp-witted shapers of the pun society dominate Gleesea with a lasting legacy of scholasticism. Blimey. Yeah, that again. Excuse my inability to speak English. Scholasticism. Wow, that's a tough one. Regular development. The concept of intelligence aptitude trials will be monarchs. Yes. Yeah, I'll go with that one. Let's save me synthesis and more choices. Let's increase our... Yeah, we've got 45,000 years of resources here. The poor mourn the death of a beloved scholar. The form a new modern dynasty of wise scholars. Tell you what, let's go one more, and I might go and see what the form a new dynasty of work. Yep, we had that already. Let's go up, and let's go. I want to go back to Frogstar again. I'm determined to get some new life on Frogstar. Still enters the orbit. A new external planetoid enters an orbital pattern in the Frogstar system. Okay. Dangerous dead organisms turn into fossil fuels. Yep. Plant growth in Frogstar 1 slowly changes the planet's or atmospheric composition. Nip over to the crisis in scarcity, crisis in Vexus. This sounds familiar. All veins are becoming scarce in the Vexus system. Effects of animal husbandry brought the Bata civilization to a breaking point. While they are dealing with the resource scarcity, while they are dealing with the resource scarcity, will the scholar Boweries find ways to prevent the complete exhaustion of their environment, or they're turning against each other? It is uncanny how again, same quote, I've seen it already. Let's see if we can save this lot, because I thought this lot was one of our better achievements. 100 years. Okay. So we go precaution that the Bower scholar, the Bouter scholar Bowers prepare for a future without plant ore. Will their scholar sovereigns preserve the environment of Vex or deny their people access to some chance for decline? 46% of the ethic values. Crisis. Scarcity, discourse and competition about Bouter knowledge diminishes while the scholar Bowers of Vex compete for dwindling resources. War. The Bouter pick up their incendiary grenades and fight over access to the remaining ore veins. War barges destroy entire plantations as they're called plant ore wars. That's similar to dinosaurs. Let's go with precaution. Okay. Oh, conservation in Vex. To counter the scarcity of ore veins, the plantscapers of Bouter are taking control of their scholar Boweries. Will they be able to create a society better equipped to deal with animal husbandry? Saving our planet and lifting people out of poverty, advancing economic growth, these are one and the same fight. Ban Ki-moon. Oh, okay. 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 We can't do that one because we haven't got enough. One scholar Bowery finds new ways to preserve the environment of Vex without bringing harm to Bouter. Other scholar sovereigns continue old ways of animal husbandry. We're going to go with that one because I want to see this lot survive. I don't want to go the way they're down. So that gives us more ethical values. That gives us more peace. This gives us more people. Let's go with peace. Conflict between two major Boweries is settled. Will our sun expire and bring eternal darkness to Vexus? We've got Scholar Kingdoms. Okay. Power in Gleesea. The pun development and incendiary liquid for use in naval battles, spewed from the ship-mounted nozzles or catapulted into out grenades, is deadly mixture can contain burning while floating on water. Okay. Floating on water. On the private ship, we had a head fixed of a lion or other land animal, and the fire, which was to be directed against the enemy through tubes made to pass through the mouths of the beast, so it seemed as if the lions or other similar monsters were vomiting the fire. And Komneni, Yeah. Sorry, I'm really starting to speak today. Byzantine princess. Byzantine. Liquid fire. Prevention. Liquid fire causes many wars to burn down their own ships by mistake. The unstable weapon is abandoned fast. Yeah, let's go with that one. I'm not even bothered looking at the rest. Let's have a quick look at the rest of them, actually. An effective weapon line put to blaze neutrality in military development. Or just let them go on with it. That gives regular development. Let's just go regular development, eh? Alright, let us Pun desert archers lay down their horn bows and abandon the art of war. Ew. Okay. Let's go with this one. A remarkable sage is celebrated on Gleesy for their contributions to Pun society. They have now moved into the Glass Age. Ew. Okay. Right. New technologies are discovered to create a special form of hardened glass that can be used for a variety of uses. More advanced tools, simple machinery and even weapons are made from this new material. Some great cities begin to rise among the endless dunes of Gleesy. This is the same my wife says to me quite a lot, actually. Those who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. Human proverb. My wife knows it well. Okay. Right. Wisdom. Use the glass to create. The first time gets meanwhile the artisans create impressive kinetic sculptures move hypnotic with the desert sands. We can't do that, we have enough. We haven't got enough. Let's just go with the wisdom. I've got high hopes for this lot. The Pun can increase the size of their dune cities and access more regions. Glass Age technology allows Pun to turn rare sands harvested from the surface into hardened glass. Very clever. A once powerful scholar, Republic falls on Gleesy. Let's go with that one. Influential Pun scholar, consul rises to power. Let's go with no. Minerals are not a problem. It's just not a problem at all. That gives us more. That gives us more science. A remarkable scholar celebrated on Gleesy for their contributions to Pun society. That gives us more. We don't need more resources by any stretch. Let's go this plain one. All the lights in our sky go dark one day. Let's leave that. As Tau Ceti. A once dominant animal species in Tau Ceti goes extinct. Bowery Scholar events. I wonder how. I'm trying to work out whether it's complete chance if societies develop on new places, or whether I've got to push it in some way. Tired of the laws of the landbound Bouter from various plantations. Tired of the laws of the landbound, Bouter from various plantations band together to create their own independent government. Their great fleet set sail as the first ever independent naval plantation on the sea regions of Vexus. I hate to sail on this rotten tub. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. No grog allowed, no rotten grub, and now it's time for us to leave her. Traditional sea shanty. That was a mouthful. Right, now what? Vex. A barrier of sailors. This great fleet, this free fleet is a great success. Their villages make countless discovery and trade opened as never before. The fleet's example inspires borders between plantations to become more open as a new cultural value of independent trade emerges. The fleet rapidly grows in size as more and more independence-minded Bouter hear of its adventures. Eventually, sub-factions begin to splinter off from the main fleet, each with the same culture and values. Or, the lofty ideas of the free fleet begin to fail and sailors must deal with the harsh realities of survival. Okay, so let's go with down the middle, because quite frankly we ain't got enough synthesis to do it. Okay, let's just go up. Control drift creates new landmass on Virgo. Wormwood. Parasitic species develops a symbiosis with the major life form on Wormwood Prime. The former populous species is exterminated by an aggressive predator on Rigel 7. Climate change on Rigel 7 destroys major plant species. I'll keep pushing that one. Dangerous, yep, we've had that one on Frogstar. I don't want some animal species on Earth goes extinct. We've already had one. Dinosaurs once inhabited this system. I think that's quite funny. Seismic activity producing new mountain ranges on Proxima. Prun Scholar Republics. Extinction on Gliese. Okay. Triggered by vermin carrying a visibly small disease agent, the cities of Prun became breeding grounds for a terrible plague. The illness spread over the whole planet via trading routes. It is highly contagious and kills itself slowly enough to create a great global pandemic. How many violent men, how many fair ladies had breakfast with their kinfolk on the same night, supped with their ancestors in the next world? The Decameron. Giovanni Boccaccio. Yeah, him. Sorry. Yeah, I've completely lost the ability to speak today. It's been a long day. Close call. Okay. At first outbreak, the Prun isolated infected cities, adopted hygiene habits, and exterminated the deadly vermin to stop the spread of illness. Or oh no, we're not having that. The plague decimates the population of the most major cities. I'm not having a. Where's this come from? No, we're saving the Prun. I can't wipe 2 species out in one go. That'd just be ridiculous. That's cost us a bit. Anyway, let's go. Nope. No. Okay. Let's go up. Yep. Let's go that one. Seismic activity, new mountain range in South Seti. An asteroid is trapped in a gas giant's gravity well, becoming a permanent moon. Well, very nice. Up here, fluctuations in Wormwood central star leads to changes in its colour spectrum. Natural global warming dramatically impacts the climate on Wormwood Prime. 2 major species of Frogstar 1 begin to interbreed. Fascinating. New technical age for the Prun. The Prun reached the Dune ship age. Oh, great. Oh, fantastic. The Prun begin to spread across the desert world on Gliese Sea on great dune ships, skipping across the sands at unheard of speeds. These new vessels greatly expand the reach of their dune cities, opening up new possibilities for trade and exploration. The dune ships carry wine and glass and gold. Yes, but more than that, they carry knowledge. Seasuk the Wise, Rhinonian keeper of the knowledge hive, time stage 430 Gliese system. Okay. So we've got the connection of the new lands of peoples is by the Prun to examine both social and scientific purpose. A new age of explorer philosophers is born. Exploration and trade boom. These long journeys spark dramatic improvements in dune ship engineering, food preservation techniques, and advanced cartography. We can't afford to do anything other than that, quite frankly. We don't have a lot of synthesis left. I'm going to go up because I want to see I want to trigger off a new species. That's a random one. Let's go with that one. The Barter compose an epic poem recounting their history. Splendid. Small asteroid showers enrich the surface of Wormwood Prime with valuable minerals. The Barter have got an development event. A great war threatens Vex. Okay. Ideological clashes divide the followers of the dominant Barter religion. A faction splits from the main church teachings and destabilising Barter society. Uprisings, purges and religious wars follow. So it was determined to exterminate all other Protestants and a plan was approved by the Queen of France, Catherine de Medici. De Thou, French statesman, witness to the massacre at St. Bartholomew's Day. I vaguely read something about that in the history books, but I can't remember what it was. We got pieces going to cost us. Ooh, Regular conflict is going to be 14 million casualties. The religious schism and the resultant conflict leads to war amongst Sparta. Many die screaming the name of their gods. Total war? Absolutely not. The defectors are brutally punished and responded with violent uprisings. Vexus sinks into a state of chaos and war. Fanatics rise to power on both sides. Regular conflict. Growth 44%. Let's just go with that. We can't afford the synthesis, quite frankly. Ooh. When the holy dust of battle settled, two dominant factions emerged victorious in battle society. Religious holidays marked the schism that first divided them, and rituals of mourning kept the memories of the dead warm. Will our sun bring eternal darkness to Vexus? Okay, let's just jump out this a second. Let's Sol. And a minor planet is destroyed by an asteroid collision in the solar system. Ew, interesting. We've got a solar flare changes the chemical composition of water on Alpharats. In solar moon escapes a gas giant's orbit and becomes a dwarf planet. Bautu again. I want to go more. I want to trigger more species. We're in the industrial age. Wow, they're flying ahead. They are. About to start to study electricity, steam, power and machine manufacturing in the industrial age, harnessing the power of the radio waves that might allow them to send signals to outer space. But this civilization could accidentally eradicate itself as weapons development thrust forth. Interference with the planet poses a serious threat to the ecosystem that has sustained Bauta through the ages. Modern bourgeoisie society, with its relations of production, of exchange and of productivity, a society that has conjured up gigantic means of production and of exchange. It is like the sorcerer who is no longer able to control the powers of the netherworld, whom he has called up by his spells. Karl Marx. Well, okay. Wisdom. This age sees an explosion in Bauta potential for telecommunications via radio waves. Mass-produced goods, including raw medicines, could improve the lives of many. I'm not even going to bother because I can't afford to anyway, so we're going to go with that one. It's not going to cost us out, and it doesn't sound that bad. Let's jump out of this a minute because I want to see. A minor planet is formed from ice and debris in the Wormwood system. Enough into an asteroid is trapped in gas giant, becomes a gravity well. In a gas giant's gravity well and becomes a permanent moon. Resource crisis. Oh, great. Scarcity crisis in Vex. Coal fields are becoming scarce in Vex. The effects of religious warfare brought the Biosociety to a breaking point. While they are dealing with the resource scarcity, will the scholar democracies find ways to prevent the complete exhaustion of their environment, or will they turn against each other? It is uncanny how, same, we've had that one again. So, we can't do that. Okay. Scarcity causes discord and competition amongst Sparta. Knowledge diminishes while the scholar democracies of Vex compete for the resources, or just let them go ham. About to pick up their simple rifles and fight the access to remaining coalfields. Tank battalions destroy entire industrial fleets of so-called plank coal wars. Yeah, go on then. Okay, right. I'm just going to skip up because, for whatever reason, nothing's really wants to work at the moment, is it? We're not exactly doing very well, are we? It was once inhabited by a power of its species called dinosaurs. In the solar storm, a storm the size of Earth forms over a gas giant. Asteroid impact destroys the dominant species on Earth again. A new planet species grows abundant on the surface of Earth. Okay. The Scholar Assembly's development event. Okay. So I was having a drink. Multistrata agroforestry. A new trend emerges amongst the poor. Wealthy landowners repurpose clearlands to plant great forests of flora from all over Glees Sea. Though the practice begins as a way to flaunt wealth, early pun academics note that the reforested land on abundant academics note that the reforested land on abundant sources of plants useful for both food and medicine. A forest ecology is a delicate one. If the forest perish, its fauna may go with it. The Anthician word for world is also word for forest. Yeah, I've read a book by Ursula Le Guin. It was bonkers. It really was just completely bonkers. Civilization pillar. Delighted by the beauty and usefulness of the agroforestry pun, embrace the new practice. Artificial multistrata forests become common on Greece. Seeing every land region becomes widely cultivated. Regular development. New forests have their admirers, but costs are too high. For the practice to be spread widely, it remains relatively uncommon. All that is, don't go anywhere. Let's go with that one. I'm going with that because these are our new great hopes for doing something useful. Let's just pop out again. I'm not sure what effect that's going to be. Just me popping out of these societies to see what happens elsewhere. we need a new civilization, but I'm not sure how it's triggered. Generations.org. Yep, we've had that one before. Let's Regal. A freak mountain. Mutations create unusual life form on land in region of Regal 7. Rigel 7, Regal 7. Minor Frog star. Planet leaves its orbit and falls into their system's central star. Ouch. That can't have been nice. A displacement of ocean currents affect weather systems on Proxima Centauri B. An animal species on Wormwood Prime shows signs of higher cognition. Resource crisis again. Vex is out of resources. That is indeed a crisis. About to have used up all available coal fields, they're no longer able to provide for their industrial fleets, and their scholars' democracies will soon fall apart. The overuse of industrial factories has destabilised the environment to the point where the Bauta society may not survive this devastating crisis. Okay then. I think we're about to lose our second species here. Regress. Total panic. Blimey. I'm not having an extinction, a complete extinction. I'm not having a complete extinction. Not a chance. Carnage in Vex. Oh dear. Oh dear. Colfers are completely exhausted and about to take their simple loss and fight each other while their civilization falls apart. Tank battalions move towards the final battle, and the Bauta industrial fleets are drowning in blood. It is clear that this society is doomed to die. Will Vexes recover from this ultimate massacre? Oh dear. In the desert sun, every step that you take could be your final one. In the burning heat, hanging on the edge of the destruction, you can't stop the pain of your children's crying in your head. They always said that the living would envy the dead. Wow. I just love the fact they have quotes from Iron Maiden and Tina Turner and stuff like that. Okay. Right, the final carnage. Rifle, soldier and tank battalions fight until the skull of a democracy fall apart. After a few painful years, about to civilization becomes extinct. They do manage to spare the other life forms of Exodus, and nature soon reclaims the fallen industrial fleets and while life blooms among the ruins. The final showdown was about ends with poison gases, destroyed industrial fleets, complete disintegrates, and only a few many tank battalions can be found in the wastelands of Vex. Or, with every industrial fleet the Vex system long since starved to death, the blustery awful soldiers stalk the wastelands of Exodus looking for hostilities. Tank battalions destroy any form of life, and Bata finally perishes. Right, let's have this one. Blooming nature. The final oh dear. Oh great, I've just lost my second species. Oh no. Oh no. We're down to like one, we're down to the prun. Seismic activity produces a new mountain range on Frogstar 1. Okay. Enlightenment in Greece. The mirage of the desert are seen as divine visions, a sign from the gods. A new religious practice begins of interpreting the mirages, using them to gain insights and thoughts and feelings of the viewer. all know to ignore the mirages of the desert. Few are able to ignore the mirages of in their own heart. Good old Sisuk. How come we've got so many resources here? We can't do that. So regular development is, yep, dead end. Okay, let's just go with that one. It would be nice to get some more synthesis, but I really don't want to push it any further. Prun can now journey to follow the reaches of Gleecy and build gene capitals everywhere. The gene chip technology gives the Prun access to minerals from the whole of Gleece. An ambitious Prun scholar assembly conquers new territories. Does Gleecy evolve around our sun? Oh, I didn't want to press that. Prun forms the dynasty of the wisest scholar senators. Let's jump out. What is happening around other areas of the galaxy? Animal species of worm forms a complex social structures. Alpha Centauri. A solar collision generates rare elements in Alpha Centauri space region. Let's have a look at the Prun, and let's keep going. See what else. Two major species on Earth begin to interbreed. The Prun are entering a new technically. The Prun have reached industrial age. What could possibly go wrong? The Prun start to study electricity, steam power, and machine manufacture in the industrial age. Harnessing the power of radio waves might allow them to send signals to outer space. But this civilization could accidentally advocate itself as weapons development tool. Yeah, it's the same message we got with the Vex, with the Bauta, before they did indeed eradicate themselves. So wisdom. This age sees an explosion of Prun potential for telecommunication via radio waves. Mass-produced goods, including new medicines, could improve the lives of many. Hard work and ingenuity manage rapid industrialization without critically harming the planet. Train networks, yes, go with that one. Let's go with the one that's last and down the middle of the road. Right, so they're now in the industrial age. Resources last a few thousand years, which is grand. Go over it. The Tau Ceti, a storm the size of Tau Ceti 3 forms over the gas giant. The Prun are off development again. Gleece is sending signals into space. Fantastic. The scholar leaders of Gleece discover the power of propaganda broadcasted via radio messages. Wireless broadcasts reach countless Prun with the latest political doctrine. In fact, these signals are so strong they will reach outer space. And if all others accept the lie which the party imposed, if all records told the same tale, then the lie passed into history and became truth. Who controls the past around the party slogan? Controls the future. Who controls the past? Who controls the present? Controls the past. George Orwell, 1984. Yeah, very true. Very, very true. Okay. Signal boost. Propaganda is very effective, and the Prun are and they flooded day and they are flooded day and night with the radio messages, enforcing the core political doctrine. The signal is strong, drifting into space to reach other systems one day. The scholar leaders promoting propaganda fade away from history, but their manipulative and biased speeches leave Gleece as radio waves. The message travels through space, steadily drifting towards the Rigel system. The Prun revolt against the demagogues and refusing to listen to this basic propaganda. The radio transmissions is stopped and nothing is sent into outer space. Silence. I am going to go with that. Yep, the Prun society proved surprisingly resilient in the face of organised media propaganda. Diverse groups of rebellious Prun banded together, bringing down the responsible for spreading the lies. Happy days. Okay. We've got some more synthesis now. Let's have a look at over here. Earthquakes open enormous rift below one of the Virgo's sea regions. Okay. Some more things over there. Okay. Continental drift creates a new landmass on the Wormwood Prime. Global warming drastically impacts climate on Earth. Frogstar. Small asteroid enriches the surface of Frogstar 1. Okay. Minor planet is formed from ice and debris in Wormwood system. Let's go see what the Prun are up to. Prun support large industrial areas through industrial production. Fluctuations in Alpha Centauri's central star leads to changes in the colour spectrum. And the Prun are back again. Okay, that doesn't look good. Growth in Gliese. The Prun begin to process and distribute their food through big factory complexes. Only the rare materials are collected via agriculture. Assembly lines and automated machines increase production efficiency to give the population of Gliese better access to nourishment. We may find in the long run that tin food is a deadlier weapon than the machine gun. Interesting. Okay. Mass-produced food. Population of Gliese become completely dependent on the industrial produced food. The industry owners rise to power and become very influential members of Prun society. Yep, let's go with that one. Let's just go with this one. Down the middle. Okay, alright. I want a new species to play with. One dominant, once dominance. Yep, I've had that one before. Okay, cosmic dust cosmic dust obscures the light reaching Alphats. Cosmic dust obscures light reaching Frogstar 1. Minor Frogstar planet leaves its orbit and falls in the centre of the system. That's about the second time that's happened. Yep, we've had that as well, but it's not turned an end to anything, is it though? Minor planet is formed from ice debris in Alpha Centauri system. The Boughton once inhabited that planet. Indeed they did. Cool, okay. The Prun are indeed the only species in the galaxy. Knowledge in Gliese. I clicked too quickly through that. Okay, Encyclopedia of Everything. The Encyclopedia's most important book in Prun society. The study and updating of the book is considered vital. Its idea is reading and spoken of widely and greatly improves the research capabilities of the Prun. Let's go with that. We can afford it. We can afford it. Do I have a plan in this game? No, I do not. Well, I'm not going to win it. I'm not going to get to the end because I've only got one species. I've actually killed two off. Extinct plant biomass. Fuel reserves on Earth. A parasitic species develops a symbiosis with a major life form on Earth. Generations dead organisms turn into fossil fuel deep in the crust of South Ceti. Donations, yep, we're same again. We've just had that one. Over here, solar collision generates rare elements in the Alpha Centauri space region. Climate change destroys a major plant species. Minor planet is formed from ice and debris. Yes. More scholar events. Many early Prun lived on a nomadic life, but nearly all have since become permanently settled. One large industrial area, however, is kept to the old ways even as they have grown. They now live in a massive mobile group. The whole buildings on wheels, rolling slowly from place to place, finding the lushest oasis and avoiding seasonal storms. Your true home is in the here and now. Okay. The Wandering City. The Wandering City area is a cultural and scientific marvel, attracting encyclopedians, scientists, sociologists and musicians from all over Gliese. Or the nomadic city becomes very wealthy, prompting other scholar nations to try and emulate its success. Okay, so that's let's go with this one. Let's straight down the middle. Let's go up, back into the galaxy. No sapient life, we know. Volcanic activity brings forth a new island in the oceans of Alphats. And Alpha, we'll just call it Alpha. Okay, more Prun activity. The Prun have reached a nuclear age. Okay. When rocket technology begins to take off, the race for space dominance amongst the emerging superpowers and liaison. Jet planes increase the potential for travel all over the globe. A nuclear age communication technology allows news and entertainment to spread via mass media as the pun delve into the secrets of the atom and the threat of extinction looms heavier on the horizon. Now I am become death, destroyer of worlds. Robert Oppenheimer. Is he the one that invented nuclear technology, or basically split the atom? Okay. So we've got wisdom. The pun romanticise technology as they begin to seek the rapid, drastic changes it brings about in their society. Inspired by science fiction across all media, the pun hope to make contact with alien life forms if there's anybody out there. I can tell you, mate, I've killed them. There ain't nobody out there. The pun could achieve the dream of space travel in this age. With super highways now connecting most cities, it might become a good time to start thinking about reducing fossil fuel consumption. Yep, we'll go with that one. The pun maintain populous residential areas with large-scale energy production methods. Okay. Right. You over there. Earthquakes open an enormous rift below one of Proxima Centauri's B's sea regions. Okay. Frogstar. A new plant. Okay. Fine. I wonder how I'm not entirely sure how we actually get a new species, new mountain range. Same again. A lot of you don't find a lot of these do repeat. In Rigel, a storm the size of Rigel 7 forms over a gas joint. Right. Punsklar states, I think we're going to tackle that in the next one. So what have we achieved this episode? We've killed 2 species. The dinosaurs I'm not surprised at, but the Bauta of Vex I'm very surprised at. I thought they were going to be my winner species, but now it looks like it's down to the prun, who are in the nuclear age. I'm still not entirely sure how you generate or get new species to pop up. I'm not entirely sure how you achieve that, but anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. I'm enjoying it. You start to see the same messages pop up over and over again. I suppose there's only so much you can do, but yeah, you start to see the same kind of events coming up. And it would be nice if it was clearer how you actually get a new species to appear in space. And I'm hoping that me butchering or me killing off the Bauta and the dinosaurs hasn't spelled the end of me getting new species. But anyway, thanks very much for watching. Let me know what you think. If you're playing it yourself and you know how to get to spawn new species, tell me. I'd love to know. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I shall see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.